About a year ago, a group in Houston and Milwaukee started a social media campaign called Snug, which is safe for not using guns. This is the Bayou City Report checking in. Here to give you guys a positive story today about a project that took place and is led by Generation Z, a social media campaign in the city of Houston called Snug. Okay, so Snug stands for Safe for Not Using Guns. It has since expanded to 10 more cities, and the message has reached more than 1 million people on TikTok and Snapchat, according to the organization. This movement is aimed at young people because their opinions and perspectives are still changing, which this is true, okay? This includes collaborations with new TikTok influencers and Instagram posts filled with gun-related risk statistics. For example, now if you have gun-related injuries, are the leading cause of death for American children and adolescents, yet suicide rates are 4 times higher in households with weapons, with guns, which, guys, that's another conversation in a way, just because, there are so many other variables you have to consider. And so I don't think that's necessarily a black and white statement, even though you can look at that stat and make the argument, the underlying root causes still need to be discussed. Anyway, households with guns are more likely or more than twice as likely to die by homicide. The Youth Council, a dozen high school and college students from around the country have been holding virtual meetings for months to brainstorm and provide feedback on the event. The teenagers met for the first time Saturday at the Boys and Girls Club in downtown Houston, wearing matching gray sweatshirts, etc., and went from there. According to a September report by Project Unloaded, nearly a third of young people have experienced gun violence. Black and Hispanic youth are disproportionately affected to their peers. The report also found that teenagers and young adults saw gun violence as a bigger issue than abortion or climate change, which is interesting. Often we see this narrative of climate change especially, right? And then, of course, abortion is its own set of issues, right? But, the fact that maybe this is also indicative of where you are, too, right? If you live in the inner city, gun violence and, things like reproductive rights may weigh a little bit further than just climate change, okay? If you live in the sticks, it may be the opposite. It just depends on your paradigm and where you're living. Half of those surveyed said they think about school shootings every week. The study also found that young people change their minds about gun ownership after reviewing the facts about the risks of guns. Vinique said, quote, "Violence is having a devastating effect on this generation of young people, and Generation Z is at the forefront of cultural change," end quote. We're speaking directly to teenagers and really empowering this generation. So in my opinion, guys, just this is the purpose, right, for me to give, just my 2 cents as a local. I can see if you live in the inner city, gun violence is your main concern. When you live in the suburbs, it may be something completely different as opposed to living in the country. I think it's a good thing, right, that you're kind of giving awareness to these youngsters, these young folks coming up that, hey, man, first of all, in my opinion, it's okay to have a weapon. I think everybody should have some kind of weapon or access to a weapon. Doesn't have to be a gun. At the same time, awareness and safety is your priority. Okay, it's the Bayou City Report. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Like I said, I'll link everything where I can, and I'm checking out here. Take care. God bless. Peace.